Sideline of ball. Lakewood doing it. They're gonna take. He's gonna bring down Burning. Along with a double kill. Dropping fast. Final points there. He's still alive. Wait, 2 seconds left. He's got 1 step. He's got a second. He's taking it. Oh my God! On 3. They're all dead.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. This time you should be able to hear us, hopefully, as we get back and underway in our second game of 5 best-of-1s for you today. It's the Summit 2 by G2A.com, and we are in the C Division here, sporting a very nice and early, ripe morning here on the Pacific Coast. But it's been fun. A nice opener right there. It's MiTH Trust who do go down, but now they get a second chance. They got to come fighting back, and they got Invasion Esports on the other side.
Tough opponent.
Tough one.
This is one of those teams when they're on, they can like compete with the best of them. They've taken games off Team Malaysia, off all the other top SEA teams, but they're a bit hit or miss. They've got some young, kind of inexperienced players. Kachik Imba, who actually played with Orange Esports for a while under Mushi. You've got FCFZ, who played at TI3 with MUFC. So they've got some really talented youngsters on the team. It just hasn't really like gelled to give them any kind of consistent results. But MiTH Trust, so far, not showing their best Dota today. But it was a warm-up game for us. It was a warm-up game for MiTH Trust.
Yeah, it certainly was. As we'll get back underway and see if they can bounce right back into that win column right here. And with that said, we'll kind of touch base with their current records and how they're standing right now. We already talked about a bit with MiTH Trust where they are. After that recent defeat, they are now down to the 5-4 position. It looks like they're quick on the updates, man. Props to Liquipedia for this one. And Invasion already have a nice spot there in the 3rd position, sporting a nice 6-3, which now are putting them behind Can't Say Wisp, who came out with the big win. All right, so enough about where everyone stands. This draft now coming underway here, and I'm liking this grab. I'm a big fan of the Ancient Apparition as a support. Getting it this early, it's not really used as a counter. I would see it picked up if you're going against a Necro, a Wisp, when you want to kind of nerf down that heavy sustainability. But grabbing it this early, I think that maybe MiTH Trust might have something in mind for this AA. They maybe want to stack it together. They could go crazy with it. They could get a Elder Titan even to kind of put into the mix and amplify it with Natural Order on top of whatever he's got.
10 seconds remaining.
Void, the other big option that can synergize well. Lakel's isn't really much like Void isn't really a Lakel's hero though, I'd say, but I think the fact they pick it with the Centaur is really good because even if they don't go for like some kind of big setup, Centaur AA alone is a lot of killing power anywhere on the map. So burst damage is the name of the game against Death Prophet. Whenever I see Death Prophet, I think you want to burst Death Prophet down as fast as possible because the faster you kill Death Prophet, the less damage you're taking from the exorcism. So Centaur, Double Edge, one of the best ways to do that. Ancient Apparition with the Ice Blast means
remaining.
if Invasion have it, someone with a mech, you're not healing up that Death Prophet. So
5
these two
seconds
heroes
remaining.
together. The other option you often see is the Centaur plus Skyrath, but Skyrath was
Dire team ban.
Yeah, Skyrath huge with burst with Mystic Flare, but you can always get something else. I mean, if you get something like the Faceless Void that already sets up the Ice Blast, the chilling touch works fantastically early game. Ice Vortex though, let's say they get a secondary support, someone like a Lion or Alina, and they have huge burst potential there on top of it. So we'll have to see what kind of road they want to go down here going into the AA early pickup and the Death Prophet. In the hands of Evasion now, they get the Bat Rider. Another huge solid grab on Dire's side. We saw it last game. It worked very nicely for them. You know, we already talked about how tremendous he could be near that Roche pit. He's the gang leader. You're not doing anything with him around.
I love watching Bat Rider. He's one of those really fun heroes to watch.
Oh, yeah.
5
Those,
seconds
like flying over
remaining.
trees, getting these initiations, and like it just forces fights so well. So
Oh, yeah.
you're not really.
Reserve
I mean,
time.
sometimes you'll see one pick off, then let's back off and farm. But at least you're getting those engagements, and teams are constantly looking for those pickoffs.
You're putting a lot in Bat Rider's hands, though. I mean, you have to have a very
Dire team
capable player, I'd have to say. What if, you know, when you jump in and you don't get the catch, and you get caught out quickly with the silence, and you go down, and then next thing you know, your
Radiant
team is like,
team
we got to get the hell out of here, and they run, and then they're getting caught out. It's a disaster, and that's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So we'll see here. Is Invasion Esports going to be the one to take on that responsibility? Shadow Demon going to be the second grab here.
Haven't seen this fella in
Purge,
a while.
yeah, Purge isn't really doing a whole lot. You know, it looks like right now against MiTH Trust lineup, maybe taking it away, but they'd already gotten kind of a
I think
secondary
they just
support.
want to be able to
but,
disrupt the Death Prophet. here,
10
'cause
seconds remaining.
They look at these 3 heroes and say, okay, our Death Prophet's going to feed. So
5
how do we stop that
seconds
from
remaining.
happening? You can't get something like a Necrophos carry to heal up the Death Prophet because of the Ancient Apparition. So the
Reserve
only other way to
time.
do it is some kind of defensive disruption, defensive swap, which was taken by MiTH Trust. The other hero is like an OD Astral, but you can't really fit OD into this draft. So
no,
I
can't
don't
really
know what
fit
other-
OD anywhere anymore.
yeah. Not a very good hero. The only other like defensive support I think that could have been okay was maybe like an Earthshaker, which they could still actually pick if they want to go really defensive.
Earthshaker's been passed over. Sand
10
King's passed
seconds
over as
remaining.
well.
I think Sand King
Ooh, the
would-
good old trusty
Ooh.
Lakel's
Dire
Morphling.
team pick.
Now we're talking.
I
This
talked
is-
about a bit last game.
This is
That's his
juicy.
hero. This is who Lakel's is. If I know of the better, you would know much more. And before I even got to say it, I was going to
Radiant
throw out the
team
Mirana.
ban.
I was going to
Okay.
be like, oh, so Shadow Demon, are we going to see the jelly to the peanut butter Mirana? We are. I would look cool, but I got too excited about Morphling, and I blew my shot. But there it is. Invasion Esports, they're going to go hot and heavy early with this. If indeed that is going to be a support Mirana, they could look to kind of add pressure all over the place because
Dire team
it's
ban.
not known that AA is really one to kind of roam about and try to set up ganks. He's more just, I'm
Yeah.
staying in the lane, I'm babysitting. Maybe we can go early aggressive with my chilling touch, but you know, that's one less person to worry about if you're going to be moving around a bit with Shadow Demon Mirana.
And if AA Venge like do to try and smoke gank mid or something, it's really
Radiant
obvious. 'Cause the
team
Bat Rider in the
pick.
off lane will just be like, look, I'm not being so out of this lane.
Yeah, and he'll get a lot
Careful.
out of it. So,
Yeah.
and he'll be like, "That's great, they left. You know, I'll let you know. You stay back. I'm going to get lots of farm now, and we'll benefit from that in the mid game." So, we'll see here. Invasion Esports, though, you can work the other way. When you go and try to get big setup plays here from your disruption, your arrow, and they don't happen, then you kind of got a Mirana who's got a lot of mileage, but not really getting anywhere. You got no farm. You got a magic stick and a boot to your name, and you know you're
Dire
20 minutes
team
into the
pick.
game, and life is hard, and you're playing that position
Yeah.
9 damn hard. So now to finish out MiTH Trust, it's gonna be a Dragon Knight grab. So more push flavor. I like it.
I think it's just a pretty neutral hero, something that's kind of tanky, which is definitely going to be useful. And it's another set for an Ancient Apparition Ice Blast with the DK stun, although by no means something as reliable because of not having the blink engagement. But yeah, pretty solid pick all around, I think, for MiTH Trust. And
10
Invasion,
seconds remaining.
you saw the Mirana coming. What's coming last?
I don't know. It's got to be late game though.
5 seconds
Terrorblade's
remaining.
out there. I only say that because Shadow Demon likes to work with the Terrorblade, but I
Reserve
don't know how
time.
Invasion feel about playing the hero. A lot of teams have recently just kind of dropped the habit altogether. Others are still a bit more persistent about it. I guess I haven't watched enough C to see if they even play Terrorblade at all. I don't even know if I've seen it.
I think FC's their carry player. I think he's played it a few times. He really likes Drow Ranger. I hope he picks. I don't think it's the best pick here. I hope he picks it because he's got a autographed Drow Ranger bow, autographed by
Oh.
yours truly.
Oh, that's why you want to see it. You're the same way like Mott, like when Korok plays with his Earthshaker, he's got a Mott signed nipple
Nice.
totem, and he always gets joy out of saying that. I
Yeah.
gotta give my stuff away to
FC was
someone.
begging me for items. I was like, look, I'll give you some autographed
Like,
items.
here, take my coddle staff that I signed. He's like, I'm not gonna play coddle.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I told FC, I'm like, dude, what hero are you actually going to play? And he's like, dude, Drow Ranger. Like, I can do this. I'm like, all right, we'll do it with it.
All right. Well, I
Um,
mean, I think the odds are against you as far as a drop
Yeah.
personally. I love the archer, the female archer duo personally, and you know, a lineup that's more attractive is certainly a crowd pleaser in its own right. But they're working with the clock right now. They're going down the last 30 seconds here.
How do you feel about Wraith King here? I feel like Wraith King would be an alright carry, or do you think they need more late game?
I worry that Morphling would be able to just kind of maneuver, almost like Muhammad Ali around Wraith
Yeah.
King a little bit. And there's a fair amount of lockdown here, but it's not going to be kited as hard. It's a Slark.
that's actually-
It's a Slark.
Just-
Snowball carry.
And good against Morphling because of the essence.
Oh,
essence,
yes.
So you just steal a lot of his
Oh.
stats. It's not really a counter by any means, but I think it's a farmer that matches up well against Morphling.
Yeah, this could be a very fast-paced game coming up from Invasion if they get the ball rolling early with some early game gank attempts and pickoff powers. And for MiTH Trust, if they can hold the fort, put it all together, they have a great siege lineup that can work together on the back of Lakel's Morphling. So my first bet would be Invasion. They're going to look to get this game done pronto, and MiTH Trust, late game. That's what we
Yes.
want.
And I feel if Invasion have a bad start, like Slack is going to really struggle. There's a lot of just huge insta burst damage, lots of nukes, AA Ice Blast as well. Like this is not the most Slack friendly game. So definitely Slack needs to be off to a good start. He will be in that safe lane farming role, so he shouldn't be under too much pressure early. But he's got to make sure that he can kind of. I don't think you go Midas this game. That's definitely the first thing I look at and think, okay, I've seen like QO for MVP Phoenix is becoming this Midas rush every game on Slack. I think you
Yeah.
don't get away with a Midas this game.
No, certainly not. I think you need to get the ball rolling quickly. He could go immediately for something like a Blink Dagger just to try to get those pickoffs and get the party starting, if you will. So Speaking of getting starting, we're in game number 2 now of our 5 games that we got for you this early morning. And it's going to be MiTH Trust taking on Invasion here for the Summit 2 by G2A.com in the C Division. I'll lead off your introductions. On your Radiant side, we got MiTH Trust. They're coming off their recent loss. They want to come back with a win. They want to come back hard. It's going to be Gotcha playing your off-lane Horse God Centaur Warrunner here. Mid lane, we got MyPro switching roles a bit. You know, now he's going to be playing the Dragon Knight in the mid position. Down bottom, we got SD formerly on that Wisp, now playing Ancient Apparition. Lakel's on the signature Morphling. And, of course, that will leave Mr. Jab playing your Vengeful Spirit.
All right, well, on the dire side, we have the Malaysian squad Invasion. We're going to have ADTR playing the support Mirana at top, paired up with OK on the Shadow Demon. They're going to be supporting FZFZ on the Slack. Middle lane will be the Cheek Imber on the Death Prophet, and in the off lane will be the Bat Rider being played by Ghost.
It looks like they switched things now a little as well on the side of Invasion. I could have sworn I saw FZFZ play a different position yesterday, you know,
Okay.
but you know, it's just
The
that seems to be the new thing. A
begins.
lot of teams are getting a lot more flexible with their players and what they play. We've heard people like PPD say personally he
prize
wants
is
his team to
mine.
be as flexible as possible, playing all sorts of heroes, all sorts of roles, and you see how they kind of bring together a new sense of innovation. They have their Visage playing core positions, their Jakiros going core positions, you know. And it seems to work for them, so flexibility is something that a lot of these teams are kind of dabbling with a bit.
Yeah, and even for like a team, like having it being able to like kind of shift between your mid being the carry and your actual safe lane farm being the carry. Like with EG, Arteezy's generally the carry, but if they wanted to draft with like a puck mid and fear on like an anti-mage, they should be able to do so.
Absolutely.
So
And then it works in favor of PPD because he has more of a hero pool to work with. He's got an AM player on the side. He's got someone who can pull out a brew. He's got someone who can do the Visage if necessary. And they can change it about and make it work. So, with that said, we're expecting MiTH Trust to play a little more defensive here early on, and we're going to be awaiting and seeing Invasion here. Now, Mirana doing a little bit of stack work here in the jungle to lead things off early. This is constant in question as far as MiTH Trust. They don't know where she is. They don't know where she could pop up at any moment with that surprise arrow. But they don't have any smokes. Not at least on hand just yet, so as the arrow flies to
first
mid
arrow
lane,
hits.
and it's the first one's going to connect to the game, and it's that easy, folks. When you got the roaming Mirana and you get the setup you want, they take down DK. It's going to be Invasion who strike first.
even has that oh so terrible crescent bow. Like you got to see those arrows. I don't know.
If you don't see him, then I don't know how you got born, because the thing is big, ugly, and I mean, let's be honest, it looks like the start off of a birthing process. So, anyways, he's going to keep pressure here on the opposite side. He's going to come back, and I'm going to get him on the way in. Oh, this could be devastating to your mid lane if something goes wrong right now. He scouts him out from above like a hawk.
He's finding a nice little angle for this one, I think. Which
He's like timing the pace. He's like, I'm running parallel to him.
I think maybe we need like 2 Crypt Storms, so Death Prophet may harass a bit with a Crypt Storm and a couple right clicks, and then he goes for the arrow. I think a full HP DK won't.
Nope, he's just going to go. And it could connect here. It will. Nice connection once more. Early Cryptstorm comes off. Can they get enough right clicks out? Yeah, they will. Man, oh man, this is back-to-back takedowns. Oh, he's bottling up? No, it's going to be a quick grab right there. Death Prophet, man. Grabs another. She gets both of the kills in the mid lane. DK goes down twice. This forces Gotcha in the mid lane, so someone's there to soak it up. Whew,
Yeah.
This is a devastating start, MiTH Trust.
Mirana's one of those heroes. When it works, it helps your early game so much. And for Invasion, like they needed to have a good early game. Slack's getting all the free farm in the world at top lane. Death Prophet's going to be winning this mid lane, so this is really good sign for them right now. And Pat's doing well in that bottom. Like he's level 2.5. Like you'd be satisfied with that against this tri lane. Vengeful Spirit AA, one of like the best like zoning support tools out there with a lot of killing power. Like that's good enough
huge
for
right
that.
click. I mean, you got the Vengeful Aura at some point, plus that with on top of the Chilling Touch. My goodness, the right clicks are going to hit damn hard. Bat Rider being pretty elusive, though. Stays back and is just still working with that EXP range. Building in the levels early, that's what's important, because they already have a nice set of stacks coming out here in the jungle for him to work with later, and that's always a nice bit of security to have. Mirana's working with her own stack over here on the side. Hasn't gone hand in hand with Shadow Demon yet, but that kind of works to their leisure. If they know Shadow Demon's still in lane, they originally would have figured that maybe Mirana doesn't move as like a lone hunter, but now they know she definitely does. And she's hunted again here, God. She's already creeping back towards this mid lane.
It definitely seems to be the shift in playstyle. Even when you see the Shadow Demon Mirana, it's no longer a roaming duo. It's Mirana going for those just arrow initiations while the other support zones out the offlaner. And Shadow Demon, I feel like as much as the combo is good, Shadow Demon was picked to help keep Death Prophet alive, not even for the synergy with the Mirana this game. But
Yeah,
the synergy's there, so if they want to use it in the mid game, they still can.
of course. It's always a nice tool to have.
They're
if the
still
opportunity
stacking,
is
man.
given.
This Bat Rider's in for a good time when he falls back to the jungle, which I think happens now. He's gone back to base to heal, so I think from here he maybe just goes to the jungle for a bit.
And we'll see. There's also stacks coming out here. Gotcha pulling this ancient stack. It's going to bring it up to, what, 3 now here. A couple of dinosaurs and dragons. But that's so early that DK's nowhere near that point. Morphling nowhere near that point. Ooh, arrow does not catch there on MyPro. The backhand side. It's going to be eaten by a creep. Hit mistimed right there as the creep didn't go down quick enough. Okay now in the neighborhood, looking to get in on this action quite a bit. He's going to scout out and see those big stacks, but I'm sure even he's like, who's going to do those stacks? Unless it's going to be like a team effort. You know, they know that's there. They have the intel. If people go missing on MiTH, I think they know where to find them.
I feel that the stacks were probably a bit of a waste of time, I think, this game, but we'll see how things pan out. Top lane, Shadow Demon could be moving in for a disruption, but this Observer by Centaur is scouting out any shenanigans, and Centaur did a good job just putting a nice defensive Observer that didn't get taken out by the dire sentries.
Yeah, I mean, most of them, they like to put it all, far deep in here where they're easily going to be countered. It might work off in some games where you can manage to block out the pull, but these kind of teams, they're used to it. They know what kind of space Centaur wants to work with. He plays a little extra safe, puts the ward back over there, and he'll see rotations like that.
I was watching him. He faked them out.
He went in there?
He went in there with the ward dropped by his tower, so he showed he had no wards. And generally your offlane has a ward on him, so he showed he had no ward. So I think they actually put a sentry down, expecting it to be warded.
Oh, I like it. The mind games, they're real.
Then he came back, but yeah, a quad ancient stack or something, and this is just no chance in hell to farm this.
They've already had 3 different people walk by this
Dyer's
stack. Like, okay, we know MiTH has stacks here. Who's gonna do it? We don't know. But for now, Mirana.
That's MiTH.
She's waiting for it. Robin Hood, can we feel it? Boom! Yes. Got it again. What is that, 2 for 3 now in this mid lane? Jumps on forward with the leap. A few more right clicks. Can they finish it off, though? Yes, they can. Poor AA. Not the Wisp this time. You can't offer a whole lot. And she's like, ew, I want some ice cubes with my whiskey. She's going on a hunt right now. 1 Crypt Swarm and auto attack. And she gets a 2-for-1 special in this mid lane. A double kill now. Puts Death Prophet up to 4-0. This early in the game before 6 minutes. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're a Death Prophet.
We'll find another rune now. This Death Prophet is definitely snowballing. This is as good as it gets for a mid lane Death Prophet.
Man, oh man. Mirana, man. Credit to ADTR, setting up some very nice arrows, coming in from behind as well. And still no ward there from MiTH to kind of see the movement that she's kind of bringing out here. And I don't think she's even used a smoke to get some of these setups. So.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No. Speaking of smokes, though, blazing it up right now is your MiTH squad. The 2 support duo looking to turn the corner. They need to take down this Death Prophet. How the hell is she getting so much in this early game? We got to be able to take her down a notch. Leaning forward, Vengeful Spirit. They spot her out. She has low mana. Immediate rotation to come, though. They pull back immediately, knowing that Death Prophet's fine.
DK not level 6, so they don't have the range stun. And yeah, I don't know. That was a bit weird. Vengeful Spirit really just wanted to rush in there. I think thinking that the Death Prophet was going to back off after that creep wave, but not even close to getting that kill.
Man, oh man. The struggle still continues here for MiTH, just not on their game at the moment. The gank to mid lane, not going to happen here. Bat now leaving the bottom lane right now and scouts on through the enemy territory, maybe to see if there's a double stack over here. Oh, he will see it. Ooh, nice. Ooh, I want that. I want that.
He already farmed his own stacks in his jungle. It wasn't a huge amount of gold, but...
Centaur's going to be right there with low life.
Oh, I don't think he's going to see him, though.
No, he's like, aha, my creeps, fools! And he's going to take him. You'll see there's no stack there, but still lots of extra money. He's just taking from the behind of MiTH. Invasion continue to do work from across the map. Top lane, who's been relatively quiet, that's your Slark. He has moved up quite a bit as far as CS. He's got his power treads already and about 1,500 gold. What do you assume he goes for here? Is he going to do the early foundation work of getting something like a Drums, or do you go immediately for something like a Blink Dagger or Shadow Blade?
I think the straight blink is pretty good. He may. I said at the start, I don't think this is a MiTH game, but when you're ahead like this, you could probably get away with the MiTH because he's not actually. These supports on the Radiant side have nothing. They're both level 3 still. I think MiTH is still viable here, so we may see MiTH pick up. If he wants to be more aggressive, he's going to go blink, and I think the blink is better because this is like a kind of EG style draft where the Death Prophet's actually the main carry. The Slack is going to be more of an initiator and just tempo controller. So I think the blink is maybe the better option. Thing like a blink Drums or just blink into Scotty or BKB. Okay.
We'll see what he decides to invest in and when he'll decide to adventure off from that top lane, but it's not really necessary.
Death Prophet went Drums, so we're not going to see the Yule's Rush. Oh, it used to be kind of a popular item on the Death Prophet, but this has definitely fallen off as of late.
Yeah, I've seen it one time maybe recently. Oh, they make a pounce to your top lane. They want to go on Centaur here. Slark's feeling pretty confident about this one. Arrow, ooh, he does turn the corner and sidestep the arrow, but does he have enough to get away from this? He's not level 6. He's still only level 3, and he ultimately will go down. Can they at least get the Mirana? They can. Nice grab right there from Jab, but now Jab stuck it alone, and he's just going to pull out the Shadow Walk here, but she is dancing around this tower. Can she prolong long enough? Rotation's going to come out, it looks like, but it might be too late. Centaur, he's not going to be able to chase with that. And they end up losing 2 to this Slark in the top lane. It's pretty much safe to say that all 3 lanes are having a relatively great time, with the exception maybe Lakel's, who's getting some farm here on the bottom.
But the hero who's against him, Batrider, is level 8, almost has Blink Dagger. So sure,
Yeah.
Lakel's is farming, but I would say, as far as Batrider's concerned, he, I don't know, I wouldn't say won that lane, but he got more than enough out of it.
Ooh, hey, girl, look at all this farm. He is just soaking in a sweet, sweet triple stack that's been set up by the Invasion support crew, and he's very appreciative of that. He's going to have it right here after this. And what's the over-under? That he's probably just going to get a smoke and try to make a kill happen immediately. I think the odds are pretty good in that favor, so we'll see Invasion keep the pace alive and continue to go for another kill after kill. They have a nice assertive lead, 6-1. The net worth in their favor, about 5K before 10 minutes.
The experience is what's really ugly. Like, the net worth is one thing, but MiTH Trust have 3 heroes who are level 4 or under. Centaur just now hits level 5, and that's your off. Like, you need to have Stampede
Radiant
at this point.
structures
Yeah.
are
Like, you don't expect to blink by 12 minutes
Radiant's
in or
middle
whatever, but you
tower is
expect to
under
have a
attack.
Stampede by, well, 10 minutes at least, so. No Stampede supports level 4, level 3. This is just catastrophically bad for the MiTH Trust kind of supporting cast right now.
And it looks like mid lane, Death Prophet is going to pull out the ultimate here, and the ultimate also going to come out from Dragon Knight. They are not going to get the
Radiant's
denied.
middle
Death Prophet
tower
takes it down,
is
but now she
falling.
gets focused with the magic missile. Mirage jumps through, and they quickly clean out the DK. And now on the retreat is VS. Pops out a very nice wand, brings her all the way up, but she has nowhere to go. Gets immediately manhandled from all the ghosts and the Crypt Swarm coming out from your Death Prophet Invasion. Just get
Bottom lane.
more and more and more. In bottom lane, it's now okay, who might actually fall here on the side of Invasion. Oh, he does manage to walk away from that one. That magic wand also going to use right there, but look who's in town. Lakel's caught out with a pounce. TP, can he get away from this one? He cannot. He gets bursted down last second. The Crypt Swarm is there. And your Lakel's rather, Morphling.
Oh, and top. It's just everywhere.
Oh,
Invasion
it
of finding
doesn't
kills and just.
That rider's on the chase of the Blink Dagger. He's going to pull Centaur back,
Radiant's
and
middle tower
that's
is
barbecue
under
horse
attack.
meat right now. As every single lane, I think, Invasion
Yeah.
just got a nice couple of grabs. You got the 2 takedown mid lane after getting the tower. They sweep to bottom. They take down Lakel's top lane. Bat has his way with Centaur. Literally from top to bottom, it's Invasion.
I mean, Invasion
Radiant's
showing those
bottom tower
Dota 2
is
lounge
under
odds, which are
attack.
heavily in their favor, are well justified because they're playing just
Playing
fantastic
really good.
right now. Yeah. I mean, MiTH Trust, I don't think this is far from their A game, but I think more than anything, this is just Invasion playing like a perfect Dota game so far.
Yeah. Ancient Operations in a position where he's like, I
Dyer's
can't even
middle
show
tower
myself.
is
Top
under
lane with
attack.
another kill problem. Oh, no.
Radiant's bottom tower
A
is
Stampede
under
to save a
attack.
Vengeful Spirit. That's
That's when you're on hard
Yeah.
times.
Radiant's
Oh,
bottom
my pro
tower
though.
is
Why can't
falling.
you have a second Stampede for me? He's going to get caught out. There is going to be the stun. Can he TP out from this one? He can. So he's able to get away, but their big plays are quick escapes and pulling out Stampedes for defense.
I think like your only comeback in this game is finding kills and using that rubber band effect. You just let your Venge die. That's a level 5 Vengeful Spirit. Like
Yeah. Build up that rubber band. Get a lot of tension, so that way, hopefully someone like
Radiant's
Kels who
bottom
brings
tower is
together
under
the farm
attack.
can just, boom, snap it home with a big pick-off. And next thing you know, your Morphling's got 5k gold.
Yep. If you're not named Lakel's, just go down mid lane and start feeding some kills. That's the
Vengeance
game
lost the
plan.
benefit.
perhaps.
We'll reduce a bit of that damage. She actually didn't level up Vengeance or yet, but you know, eventually when she does throw it together. Right now has the medallion and the wave. Of course, your minus armor synergy helps it quite a bit if you're able to get to Roche, but that's if. Big if in this game. As now, oh, hi. Oh, that's a Slark. Oh, that's a Slark who's going to kill me. I'm pounced. I'm locked down. I got nowhere to go. My family, my mother, please, someone help me. Mama Teresa turns the corner, locked in the corner. Just an easy grab right there for your Slark. It's going to be ruthless. Coming out from Invasion. He's just going to keep moving, patrolling, finding any sort of straggling deer, wounded elk, and just take them apart.
MiTH Trust are definitely not looking as fierce and ferocious as elk right now. They're more like little rabbits.
Yeah, exactly. Little
looking to run
miniature
away.
Dyer's
hamsters.
top
Just-
tower
how
is
did you
under
fall off the
attack.
counter?
Centaur, they need Centaur Blink and Ancient Apparition level 6. One of those things is about to happen. The second, yeah, not so much.
They get a hold of my pro. They put the Yules on him. He actually pulls out Dragon Form. He does not get away. The disruption's there, and they just easily take down the DK. 1 in 12 now.
Bottom lane too. They're gonna get Lakel's again.
Oh, Lakel's caught up easily. Batrider puts to use that
Radiant's top
fantastic
tower is
lasso
under
and the
attack.
Blink Dagger. He almost has a 4 staff, for God's sakes. When is enough gods at this point? Jesus
I
Christ.
feel like this
Mythras.
game's, if this was
Radiant's
6
top tower has
this
fallen.
would be GG right now. Like, we'd be
10K
tapping out.
gold lead before 14 minutes. XP
Yeah.
also near the 10K mark. Oh, this is rough. This would be an ultra kind of comeback, and they're going to start off with the smoke between the three of them here. You have Stampede ready and at the go. Vengeful Spirit's level 5 with 3 of those levels into Magic Missile. AA. Well, he's not level 6. He doesn't have a snowball, but I guess he has a little bit of extra damage with Chilling Touch. So we'll see what they can do with this small Hitman squad here.
There's not even a cold feet to chain stun the hoof stomp with.
Nope. Oh, they're coming from behind here. Oh, hoof stomp. Will catch on OK. Doesn't catch on DP. They quickly... Oh, no, the self-disruption. They already lose Centaur. They do end up losing the Shadow Demon, but they get AA quickly thereafter. Now pressing in. Lakel's retreats up to the north, but MyPro is not going to be as lucky. They go for the focus. The pounce is there. Death Pact, etc. Such forth arrow. Oh, it actually catches on the high ground. Oh, a Cupid.
What? a disaster.
ADTR. They're just like the Globetrotters going against that random church group that was thrown together to your local
Radiant's
church gym.
top tower is under
Oh,
attack.
it's really bad looking right now, Myth Trust. I don't know if they're on serious tilt, but Invasion just have a huge snowball lead ever since the 2 takedowns mid lane.
Yeah.
The pressure's been there from then on, and they've never let go.
This game's making like the teams look a lot more different in skill than they actually are. Like Myth Trust is probably like maybe just a little bit behind Invasion, but the snowball is just so
Yeah.
real right
Yeah.
now. And maybe another bit. No, ADTR, he's okay near the mid lane. So I don't know. There's just not much Myth Trust can do except just sit back, hope for some over aggression, and they're just getting punished for everything. Like Lakel says this Midas, but he's getting picked off constantly. He's probably regretting getting this Midas. Not that anything else would have really made much of a difference. But
Oh, they want Centaur. They'll get Centaur going right forward. Forward is going to be your Bat Rider. Lasso pulls him back into the arms of Death Prophet. It just takes a simple Flame Break and a Crypt Swarm here and
Radiant's
there. And
bottom tower is
even your
under
big bad
attack.
Brad is going to be quickly taken apart. Now they continue to add pressure here on the tower. Marana gets in on it. The only nearby Myth Trust member is Jab, but at the same time, you got your Slark cleaning house mid lane. They take a hold of Ancient Apparition. This hero at this point would love to have the
Dire's
opportunity to be
middle
solo
tower
farming
is under
somewhere to
attack.
get level 6, but where is that going to be?
Radiant's
It's
bottom
nowhere.
tower is under
Nowhere
attack.
is safe right now with the Slark on the loose.
he's
Radiant's
still
bottom
battling it out here in the
tower has
mid lane, but
fallen.
not much will come of that.
Dire's
I
middle
think maybe
tower is
Invasion are
under
going to go
attack.
Roshan. They've got Medallion coming on Mirana. They've got
Oh,
the
he's
Exorcism,
going to
but-
get Lakel's. He jumps forward, gets a nice death that grabs the rune in front of him like, you like that haste? It's mine. It's mine now. And I'm going to use it to hunt you down. Uh-oh. DK's here, however, gets a stun, the fire breath, but he still gets away. It's the
Oh, that was
pact
insane.
that pulls it together. Yes,
meanwhile-
meanwhile, it's
Radiant's
bottom
base
lane.
is
That's
under
still a
attack.
disaster for Myth Trust as they have already ascended the high staircase. The exorcism's out. The pressure is on Myth Trust here as they're about to lose their tier 3 tower. And
It's been a long time since I've seen a 16-minute tier 3 tower.
Radiant structures
There was
are
one game, I think, at
fortified.
Starlight where Secret had a really
Radiant's
one-sided
bottom
stomp,
tower
but
Yeah.
is under
there's
attack.
very rarely in the
with the
current
changes,
patches,
yeah, with the changes, the towers and how they work now, you just don't see it anymore. But Piranha, Stampede, to close the gap, jump forward, fake once with the hoof stomp. Oh, Disruption's going to be right there. And a Force Staff will save him. Silence connects, and the Flame Break pushes him back. Man, they are just dancing with him right there, keeping him back easily, creating enough space for them to make their full getaway. Can't even get a hold of a Shadow Demon on the back end of a Stampede. That's rough, and on the way out, poor little Vengeful Spirit gets taken care of. Oh, Centaur now might be possibly cut out. There's your first Ice Blast coming in. Does connect on a couple of them, but it's only level 1. They quickly lasso up, take down the Centaur. DK's left behind. He's the next target. He steps back. He wants to get off a little bit of damage before he ultimately will fall. And he also goes down. That's another 3-man takedown. Your Invasion lead now goes all the way up to 24-3.
all the cores on the Invasion side just having a blast right now. Not a single death on the 3 core heroes, just the supports who have kind of died for the greater good at various times to save a teammate, or I mean they got like 4 or 5 man smoke ganks on the supports right now is definitely not paying off if you're Mistrust, so
I don't think there's much you could do at this point. This is just so much
No.
pressure on Lakel's to try to get something going right now. But even he, the mighty god of Morphling himself, struggling at this point. Perseverance only on hand and 700 gold. And every time he thinks he has a moment to farm right at the top, look who's quickly sweeping in. Death Prophet. No. No, you're trying to farm. No, you're not going to farm here. He just quickly pull up the Replicate. He gets used up. And now they're looking to play forward. Pounce does catch him very last
out of
inch
mana.
of it.
he
He's
can't,
got...
he can't actually replicate out.
Oh, he's trying to get away. Even the Stampede has to get pulled out, and there's the Replicate, puts him
He
back
went-
in the base. But Look who's sweeping on forward. It's going to be DK. Can they take down the Death Prophet? Ice Blast is there. Can they burst her down enough so she can shatter, though? They can do it. Arrow. Not going to catch there on Centaur. Centaur will be able to walk away with that one, but still, huge grab. That has got to be a fair chunk of change going towards MiTH after finally taking her down. Bat Rider just quickly, immediately burns apart, and they also get Slark grab right there. Big double kills. He might end up going down regardless, but still, he pockets a big amount of money right there. And now it's going to be Jab taken down. A double kill for OK here. Marana very, very low, but they get the earn off. They will be able to save her. Long-winded fight. The best valiant effort we've seen from MiTH.
2K gold. That is full rubber band going on there.
Holy moly. 3.5K across.
It's still nowhere near enough.
That's the most amplified gold you can ask for in a game at any point. So.
At 19 minutes in to get 2,000 gold. He ended the Beyond Godlike streak, and then he ended the Slack streak as well. So it was 2 high-value streaks that he ended there.
What did he immediately buy with that gold? The Blink Dagger?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's okay.
Okay.
BKB doesn't really help too much against Bat Rider or Death Prophet. I don't know. It's going to just get BKB the drums and then
The
maybe
prize
make
is
its way
mine.
towards the BKB a bit later, but
Your damage.
it's like you've already got the Centaur Blink, so it's like it's kind of just going the same need.
Oh, pounce on mid lane. They're going for Centaur. Swap's going to be there now from your Vengeful. And the arrow will catch, though, from my pro. That's not how you want to put your first use of
It
Blink.
doesn't die, but that was him looking for a pick off there.
They brought Slark pretty damn low. Had this been a full level of Ice Blast, it could have been his demise, but fortunately for him, just that, level 1. He gets brought pretty low, and he just immediately heals up. He's got an Orchid now working with, and
An easy
they're going to move
shot.
right to the Roche pit. Still really confident right now. They have Exorcism at the ready. I don't even think they're going to use it for this Roche. Not at the current time. MiTH is still well back by their base, just trying to prevent these pushes from coming through.
Yeah, it seems they're doing this easy enough, and with Aegis they can hold the Exorcism, still go bottom lane, which is a 200 HP tier 3 tower there. Let's see Invasion look to actually get high ground with this. They gave away a bit of gold that last fight. They don't want to kind of risk losing another
Just
fight
what
here or
are
there.
you
So this is a
hiding?
nice safe way to play this one. Problem for Morph is he's going to have a Link consume, which will help against the Slack Orchid engage, but it doesn't help against the Essence Chip, doesn't help against the Soul Catcher. There's so much just damage amplification from those
Roshan
two
has
spells
fallen
that
to the
Morph
dire.
really struggled to team fight. I think he's going to try and split push, but he doesn't push anywhere near as fast as the Invasion side will.
So they take their Roche. They hand their Aegis over to Slark. He takes that with him to the bottom. Bat Rider has been scouting right here from this window with the sentry down to block out the camp, but they have their own obs on the high ground. They see him there. They're nervous. What the hell is that bat doing over there peeking at us like that? And it's going to reveal Invasion going right towards the high ground. They really want to take advantage of having this Aegis already on hand, and they know they have the upper hand. They'll just make a move on in. Tier 3 is already very, very low. This will force the Exorcism out from your Death Prophet, and now they can be right clicking in. Nice lasso, though. Going to be catching here on your DK. Do they have enough to take him apart? Purge is going to be there, and they do. Burst him down quickly. It's Bat Rider secures the kill. And now they put it on the Rex.
Great silences. They got the Vengeful
structures
Spirit,
are
so there's no
fortified.
swap to counter the lasso, and then
Radiant's bottom
Slark goes in,
barracks
silences
are
the
under
AA, so
attack.
that means there's no Ice Blast as well. There's just no
Radiant's
chance of
bottom
helping
barracks
MiTH win
has
this fight.
fought Dire's
Pounce
middle
to get
tower
jab
has
very
fallen.
low, but nope. Still alive. Flame break. Nope. You're right next to Fountain, but you're not going to get in there, lady, as it's going to be Bat Rider who takes it down.
Kells
Lakells.
didn't even TP. He wasn't even
Nope.
there.
He was
pushing
farming
mid.
mid lane, yeah, and he didn't want
Tier
to come
1.
back.
They just didn't want to lose the game without a tower.
Well, remember last game, they wanted to go out with some sort of fight victory. Maybe this is their point. They push on forward now. They get the adaptive strike on Bat, but it's not going to be enough to take him down. Lakells, did he commit too much? Did he go too far? Steps back, takes a little bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough to kind of put him in the grave. So when it's all done, there's nothing left at bottom. MiTH have lost a set of racks here. First base damage has been completed. Invasion still very happy, still very confident, still holding a nice net worth lead of above 15K. I think it's just a matter of time before they take it home. It would take a serious throw from Invasion to kind of hand this one back over to MiTH.
And they're still holding on to the Aegis on Slack, so this just allows FC to be really aggressive if he wants to go into pick offs. And Lakells at bottom lane needs to be careful here. Okay, he'll back off. He's not got much mana. If he gets hit a couple of times by the Essence Chip, then suddenly he's not got the mana to replicate out. This is looking really ugly, though.
We'll see what MiTH all or nothing play is. It's smoke in mid. They make the jump here. Can they get a hold? Okay, though. Gets a defensive disruption off and force staffs himself out. Can back it away. He can with a BKB. And now that gank doesn't really go anywhere. Look who's already in it. It's Slark jumping on forward. Can he finish off Centaur? He sure can. Nice grab right there from FZFC, and now they press forward. The last one's going to catch, though, on MiPro. They get a hold of the Dragon. Can they tame him, though? That's the big question. They pounce him in his place. They're looking to right-click it home. Batrider goes in exchange as Lakel's has shown up, and now he's dishing out the right clicks, but does he have enough for the heavy arsenal already from Invasion? Here comes Death Prophet. Puts her sights onto Lakel's arrow. Going to be behind, not catch, but doesn't matter. It's 4-on-1 right there in the mid lane with the morph. Vengeful Spirit finds a spot to TP back home, but she's one of 2 lone survivors. Just the 2 supports looking to defend out the base. Centaur is back, however, now, but I think it's Evasion.
Ultimate. I think this may be another lane of Rakdos here. Slark, Aegis could be expiring. Oh, no, it's 2 minutes. Never mind. Not even close. I guess relatively close. So FZ, he's looking just fine to keep this push up.
So they make it go in. Arrow flies. Actually catches there. That's a nice little hitbox, I guess. Jab gets hit from it. Stunned in place. Will go down. It looked like it could have caught from the left-hand side, but now that's going to be the Shiva's grab on your Death Prophet. As they finish off this tier 2 tower, you still got 10 more seconds of Morphling.
Radiant's middle tower has
Not
fallen.
on the living earth.
724 GPM. This guy's getting a lot of fantasy points this game.
Radiant's middle
Remember
tower
his
is
name.
under attack.
For your fantasy, as they just kind of press on forward here. Arrow to scout slash if they can catch someone, which is going to be Centaur, but he's way deep. We're not going that deep. It's deep enough. Jump in, though, from DK. Gets stun on Death Prophet. Sets up for the Ice Blast, but she does get a nice duels. DKB bat jumps on forward. Doesn't get anyone. Stampede now to kind of step back. Centaur gets taken down. It's going to be the Crypt Swarm that seals his grave. And now Slark jumping in and out. A little bit of damage, but they put their sights back on this set of racks here. The Exorcism kind of helping out. They melt like butter. They take down one. Can MiTH Trust at least hold the other one, though? That's the big question here. They're just still kind of flirting with the idea of committing.
Exorcism wears off, so I guess, yeah, they're going to back up. Play it safe.
They get one. They take down the ranged racks, not your ideal racks, but still, Invasion gets something big out of it, and their dominance continues to just kind of keep building up here as now they push past the 20k gold mark and the 20k XP mark.
Yeah. I mean, hats off to MiTH Trust for defending. Like, that was an okay-ish hold there, but like they don't really have any like trajectory here. There's no way they're going that's going to be a good late game. Sure, you've got this Morphling, but Morphling doesn't match up late game against Death Prophet and Slark. Not too many minutes of Batrider there. MiTH Trust have just won.
They only get the VS with this one, but they want to at least get a takedown. They lose their Batrider in exchange, so not a good trade. BKB is out in full force from Slark. He takes down Centaur. They quickly throw up the or the DK rather, into the air, and now they look to go for him. They push him to high ground. That Dragon Form does wear off. He's silenced up, can't do anything. He just puts his back against the tree and just kind of takes it like a man, as it's going to be 3-for-1 trade when it's over, and a huge triple kill from FZFC. That sets up for an easy takedown on this mid racks, possibly going towards the last set, but we've already seen from last game, MiTH Trust, they don't like to tap early.
Let's see if they're going to hold out on this one. It looks like that's the plan with Del's here. We'll jump near his base here. For Invasion. Like you say, they're kind of the Globetrotters at this point. They can do whatever they want. They can show off. They can just put on a bit of a show. They're in pretty much no risk of losing this game.
Yeah, they're throwing the ball behind their back. They're doing hook shots, granny shots, and they're finding a home for it right now. They get a little bit of a wreck loose. They'll lose a Batrider here and there, but it still ends up working out for them. Now top lane, VS.
This is the get a kill and
this is
GG out.
Yeah, this is the we'll get a big team fight. We'll get Mirana and we're going to GG. Now they kill Mirana, they blast her immediately. They even commit the Dragon Form for it. I think they're still hungry though, gods. They don't want to call GG yet. They're like, that's something. It's something. It's a small start. It gives them about 800 gold, but it's only Mirana. It's a support Mirana.
Invasion smoking an enemy base. They found the Kells though, and that's a big kill that they can get.
Oh, lasso, silence. Stampede's there, however. They hold him there with the Yules. Can they do enough damage? He's still alive, and he goes to the low ground. Flame Break pulls him back, however, and it is going to be Batrider who flies over and takes him down with the fiery wake. And now the Exorcism out in full force. They're going to make a go here. It's VS immediately taken down. Like nothing.
Back, so a bit of a chase here, but Invasion just so mobile. Batrider and
This has
Death
got to be it. Lakel's is already into the fray with buyback already used. DK gets stunned up. Waveform all the way on forward. Doesn't really do a whole lot to anyone. They focus okay. Can they take down Shadow Demon? Moonlight Shadow going to get pulled out. And they can't even commit onto the Shadow Demon. Now they're on the retreat once more. Centaur, he's not going to get away from this. Lakel's forced to pull out the Replicate. And they're just going to piddle themselves back towards the base where it's safe. And Invasion tough cookie to crack. They take down Slark. That's great and all, but it's still 10-41.
Yes. Didn't even notice. I'm like, oh, okay. Morphling
Dire's
just
top
trying to get
tower
split
is
push on
under
top lane,
attack.
but he's not even getting money from this. He's still got buyback gold penalties, so...
Yeah. He's just practicing hitting creeps. He's even faking out himself waiting. There's the
Dire's
clock. He
top
times out the
tower
last
is
hit
under attack.
for when the timer does go off. That's cute. They jump in here, though. They get a hold of DK. They lasso him back. It's not going to catch with the arrow in perfect harm for me, but still, they look like they'll have enough right click in. There's your secondary, your number 2, I guess you could say, guys, for your MiTH Trust team, and they handled him pretty easily.
Yeah, this DK's just been this game on 12 deaths on the DK. Oh man, this is a game he's going to want to forget very quickly.
Yeah, heartbreaking right now for MiTH Trust. After their first loss, maybe they weren't able to bounce back. Great setup right there. Yule's arrow going to catch the mark. Really nothing Venture Spirit can do about it. Still got a couple of games to come, though, from MiTH Trust. They could definitely look to bounce back and put themselves into that tiebreaker kind of category. And Invasion looking to secure a better spot for themselves. This could push them right up into second place now with a win right here. So feeling good, feeling confident. They'll take down the last outer tower on the side of MiTH Trust. And now they will ascend the glorious staircase into the base where the final set of racks and tower are waiting for them. We still got 20 seconds on an Exorcism. MiTH Trust, they just want a big fight to GG out. Oh, then they might not get it. Lasso's going to be there as they catch out SD. Agent Apparitions are immediately going to go down. Lakells throws out the adaptive strike. Arrow flies, arrow misses, and they finish
Radiant's top
what they
tower
were
is
working
under
with already
attack.
here on the top lane.
They're about to fight into an Exorcism too, so this is...
Radiant structures are fortified.
But we got to go out like men. Jump forward, breath, and now they go immediately on Centaur. Slark leading out the charge here with his BKB. Full force. Can they take down DK? They hold him in place. The pounce is there. He turns back very slowly because of the sticky. Now Lakel jumps on in waveform. They do take down Bat. Can they get anyone else though? Oh, they can't. They're hurdling him by the base.
Maybe the Fountain can get someone else? I don't
Invasion
think Trust can.
doing the fountain camp dance before they go back and they go, okay, let's get Megas, let's get Megas. They use the very back end of the Exorcism to help take down
Radiant's
the
top
tower.
tower has fallen.
Invasion not really... I'm not on the ball right now, but not the end of the world.
They're just swinging, hoping to catch the chin at this point. Raquel's bounces all the way forward there. They take down Mirana very nicely, and now
Yeah,
Jab,
it's like I got the gem, guys. Oh, wait.
he goes down, and
That didn't happen.
now Lakel's trying to get away from this one, going up to the high ground away. Slark meets him right there, but he gets stuck with the Dragon Tail, but he quickly makes work. As now they'll get a hold of Lakel. TP out though? No. Now he will go back.
Radiant's top barracks
Now
are
we
under
will see
attack.
the white flag. It was a slow and painful death.
It's 31 minutes, still a very fast game for 6.82, but yeah, this was like a 15 minutes
victory.
and it's like, oh, it should be over.
Sorry, I just was getting into the whole explosion part. I normally don't
Oh.
cut to the camera this early, and now we're like, whoa, glorious scoreboard. Show me who did good the fantasy points. We have negatives.
23.1, that is one of the biggest I've ever seen. We don't have negative.
Yeah, but does anyone have him on his team? That's the other question.
Yeah.
Does anyone even know who that is? I know you do.
Yeah.
But
Some people know who he is.
of course. The CC, they're showing a lot of promising Dota though, man. Invasion look really, really good right there. MiTH Trust, unfortunately, they come up short once more. This will put their record down to 5-5 now at square even. For Invasion, it puts them up to 7-3. The next team to get up in that 7-win column, and they're looking to move on forward here. That's only our second game. We got 3 more for you, gods. Don't worry.
Okay.
As our next matchup is going to be what looks like Zephyr. Our boy Zephyrs, they're going to be taking on First Departure. This actually could be a relatively close match.
Yeah, have you seen Zephyr lately?
Well, with that said, we'll kind of see how they do here. We'll jump over to some music and be back for that exciting matchup. If you like what you heard, catch myself on Twitter at CoddleGuy. Gods, catch him on his at BTS Gods. We'll be back in just a moment. As soon as I can find my frickin' mouse, Gods.